Have you ever felt that at the end of a long day, nothing is more comforting than sinking into a hot bath? That soothing warmth that seems to melt away the aches in your bones. It's a simple, cherished ritual, isn't it? For generations, we've been taught that a daily bath is the cornerstone of good hygiene, a sign that we are taking care of ourselves. It's a belief many of us have held on to for our entire lives. But what if I told you that this trusted daily habit, this quiet moment of peace, is actually a silent threat lurking in the one place you should feel safest? What if that simple act of bathing is systematically stripping away your body's natural defenses, draining your precious energy, and dramatically increasing your risk of a life-altering accident? I'm Dr. Stephen. In my 30-plus years of practicing medicine, I've seen a shocking truth that most folks find hard to accept. For those of us over the age of 70, the idea that cleaner is better isn't just wrong. It can be a devastating mistake. This isn't just medical theory. Let me tell you about Frank, a proud 78-year-old gentleman from Ohio. Frank swore by his daily hot bath, believing it was his secret to staying healthy. But one afternoon, that routine turned into a nightmare. A severe skin infection caused by his overly dry, cracked skin led to a dizzy spell in the tub. He slipped, and that single fall nearly cost him his independence. Today, I am not here to scare you. I am here to arm you with the knowledge to stay safe. We will break down the 7 shocking facts about bathing that every senior needs to know, and I will give you the simple, practical steps to protect yourself. And please make sure you stay with me until the very end, because fact number 7 is the most overlooked of all. It's a small adjustment that has little to do with soap or water, yet it's the one thing that could drastically reduce your risk of a fatal fall. The information in that final section might just save a life. It could even be yours. Before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of us have relied on that daily bath for comfort. If anything I've just described feels familiar, if that routine is a deep-rooted part of your life, please take a moment to comment a simple yes below. It lets me know I'm speaking to you, and it shows others in our community that they are not alone. Okay, let's begin. All right, thank you for sharing that with me. It's clear this is a topic that touches many of us. Let's get into the heart of the matter. We're going to go through these 7 truths one by one so you have the full picture. Fact number 1, your daily bath is actually attacking your skin. So many of us were raised with the idea that a vigorous daily scrub is a sign of good health. But here's the truth. For aging skin, it's one of the worst things you can do. Let's talk about why. As we get older, our skin naturally changes. It becomes thinner, and it produces less of 2 crucial things: collagen, which keeps it firm, and a natural oil called sebum. Think of sebum as your body's own built-in moisturizer and protector, like the fine wax coating on a good leather jacket. Now imagine taking that jacket and scrubbing it with hot water and harsh soap every single day. Before long, that protective layer would be completely stripped away, leaving the leather dry, brittle, and cracked. That is precisely what's happening to your skin. The combination of hot water and soap dissolves this precious oily barrier, leading to a condition doctors call xerorosis. You might know it as that relentless, maddening itch that seems to get worse every winter. Have you ever found yourself scratching your back or legs, wondering why they feel so dry and irritated, even when you moisturize? That daily bath is very likely the culprit. I remember a wonderful patient of mine, Eleanor, a woman in her early 80s who came to me with bright red inflamed patches on her shins. She was so frustrated. "Doctor," she said, "I'm cleaner than I've ever been. I bathe every morning, but this itch is driving me crazy." She was doing everything she thought was right. The problem wasn't her hygiene, it was the frequency of it. Her skin was crying out for a break. We made one simple change. We cut her full baths down to just twice a week. That's it. Within a month, the redness was gone and the itching had stopped. So here is the first simple action you can take. Please stop the aggressive daily scrubbing. Switch to bathing just 2 or 3 times a week. On the other days, A warm washcloth for the important areas is more than enough. And when you do bathe, use a gentle pH-balanced cleanser, not a harsh deodorant soap. Your skin will thank you for it. If you've ever felt that frustrating dry skin itch after a shower or bath, I want you to comment the word itch below. Let's see how many of us have been fighting this same battle. Fact number 2, bathing less actually lowers your risk of infection. Now this one might sound completely backwards. We wash to get rid of germs. So how could washing less possibly make us safer from infection? Well, it goes back to that protective barrier we just talked about, that oily layer on our skin. It does more than just prevent dryness. It's also your body's first line of defense against harmful bacteria. When you scrub it away every day, you're not just removing dirt, you're weakening your fortress walls. This process can create microscopic tears in your skin surface. You can't see them, but they are there. And to bacteria like staph, these tiny openings are like giant unlocked doors, inviting them to come inside and cause trouble. It's why so many seniors end up with stubborn skin infections on their legs or arms that just don't seem to heal. The skin is too compromised to fight back effectively. Think of it like this. Your skin has a delicate, balanced ecosystem of both good and bad bacteria. When you leave it alone, the good bacteria help keep the bad bacteria in check. But when you overwash, you wipe out everything, creating a sterile, undefended surface where the first aggressive bacteria to land can take over and multiply without any opposition. Have you ever noticed a small cut or a scrape that takes much longer to heal than it used to, or gets red and angry easily? That can be a sign that your skin's natural defenses are low. I had a patient, a gentleman named Robert, a retired mechanic who was very meticulous. He developed a small cellulitis infection on his shin. We treated it with antibiotics, but it kept coming back. We finally traced the root cause. He was scrubbing his legs raw in the shower every single night, trying to get them perfectly clean. He was unknowingly creating the very problem he was trying to prevent. Once he switched to gentle, infrequent washing, his skin finally had a chance to heal properly, and the infection stopped. The solution isn't about being less clean, it's about being smarter with how we clean. So the action here is to preserve that natural shield. By bathing only 2 to 3 times a week, you give your skin the chance to maintain its protective oils and good bacteria. This is especially crucial if you are diabetic, as skin infections can be far more serious. For daily hygiene, again, a simple washcloth for underarms and the groin area is perfectly effective. If you believe in protecting your body's natural defenses, comment "Protect" below. Fact number 3, the risk of a fall is far more dangerous than any dirt. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Dirt on your skin will likely never send you to the hospital. A fall in your bathroom, however, absolutely can. We often worry so much about hygiene that we completely overlook a much clearer and more present danger. The bathroom is statistically the most hazardous room in the house for a senior. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, gives us a sobering statistic. 1 in every 4 older Americans falls each year. A huge percentage of those falls happen right there on a wet tile floor, or while stepping over the high wall of a bathtub. Think about that. Every single time you get into that tub, you are navigating a high-risk environment. Your balance may not be what it once was. A sudden dizzy spell could strike, or a simple slip can happen in a split second. The consequences of such a fall are what we all fear most. It's not just the broken bone, it's the potential loss of independence that follows. A fractured hip can be a life-changing event leading to surgery, a long and painful rehabilitation, and sometimes a permanent move out of the home you love. It's the event that can take away your ability to drive, to cook for yourself, to live life on your own terms. That single moment can become the dividing line between a vibrant, independent life and one of dependence and struggle. I will never forget the panic in a daughter's voice when she called me saying her father, a strong 80-year-old, had fallen while getting out of the shower. He was fine 1 minute and the next he was on his way to the emergency room. He recovered thankfully, but the fear never left him. His confidence was shattered. So the solution here is simple math. It's about reducing your exposure to the risk. If you reduce your number of baths from 7 a week to 2, you have instantly eliminated 5 high-risk situations from your life every single week. That is a massive reduction in risk. Of course, you absolutely should have safety measures in place like grab bars and non-slip mats, but the single most effective safety strategy is to limit the number of times you have to face that danger in the first place. Please do not gamble with your independence over a habit that is no longer serving you. If you agree that safety must always come first, please comment the word SAFE below. Fact number 4. Your body has its own self-cleaning army. This is a fascinating piece of science that we're only beginning to fully appreciate. Your skin is not just a passive covering. It's a living, breathing organ with an incredible built-in defense system. It's home to trillions of microorganisms, mostly good bacteria, that form what scientists call the skin microbiome. You can think of this microbiome as a friendly army living on your skin, actively working to protect you. These good bacteria take up space and resources, making it very difficult for harmful germs like viruses and dangerous bacteria to find a place to live and multiply. They are your invisible bodyguards, working 24/7. Now, what happens when we take a long, hot, soapy bath every day? We essentially launch a chemical attack on our own army. The harsh soaps and detergents don't discriminate. They wipe out both the bad germs and our crucial protective bacteria. This leaves our skin undefended and vulnerable. It's like firing your entire security team and leaving the front door wide open. This disruption of the natural balance is why skin conditions like eczema and rosacea can flare up, and it's another reason why infections can take hold so easily. You're removing the very things that are meant to keep you healthy. This is a fundamental shift in thinking. For years, we believed that all germs were bad. Now, we understand that our bodies rely on a healthy community of good germs to function properly. It's a bit like a garden. If you spray weed killer everywhere, you don't just kill the weeds. You also kill the beautiful flowers and the healthy soil life. The goal isn't to sterilize the garden, it's to cultivate a healthy balance so the good plants can thrive and naturally crowd out the weeds. The same is true for your skin. So the action is to trust your body's brilliant design. By bathing less frequently, you are not being unhygienic. You are practicing smart hygiene. You are allowing your personal army of good bacteria to flourish and do its job of protecting you. When you do need to clean up between baths, remember that a washcloth targets only the areas that need it, leaving the rest of your skin's ecosystem intact and healthy. It's a truly amazing system if we just give it a chance to work. If you find this idea of a self-cleaning army as incredible as I do, comment amazing below. Fact number 5. Top experts now officially recommend bathing less. If you're still feeling a little uncertain about breaking a lifelong habit, I want you to know that this isn't just my personal opinion after decades of practice. This advice is now the official recommendation from some of the most respected medical organizations in the country. The American Academy of Dermatology, or the AAD, is the leading authority on skin health. Their experts have studied the unique needs of aging skin extensively, and their guidelines are crystal clear. They formally advise that most older adults do not need to bathe every day. In fact, they state that bathing just 1 to 2 times a week is often sufficient for maintaining good hygiene without causing harm. This is a huge deal. It marks a major shift from the old-fashioned, a bath-a-day mindset that many of us grew up with. Science has shown us that what's right for a 20-year-old is not what's right for a 75-year-old. Our bodies change, and our routines must change with them. Think about how other medical advice has evolved. We used to think that complete bed rest was the best way to recover from a heart attack. Now we know that gentle early movement is crucial. The same evolution is happening in our understanding of skincare for seniors. We are moving away from a one-size-fits-all approach to a smarter, more personalized one. This expert consensus should give you confidence. It validates the idea that you are not being lazy or unkempt by skipping a daily bath. You are in fact following the most up-to-date evidence-based medical advice. You are making an informed choice to protect your health. When your children or friends with the best of intentions might question your new routine, you can tell them with certainty that you are following the guidance of the nation's top dermatologists. I once shared this AAD recommendation with a patient who was very worried about what her daughter would think. The next week, she came back smiling. She had printed out the article from the AAD website. Her daughter read it and said, "Wow, Mom, I had no idea. You're actually being smarter about this than I am." It empowered her and educated her family at the same time. So the action here is to embrace this modern scientific approach. Let go of the outdated social pressure and trust the experts. You are making the right choice for your skin and your overall well-being. Fact number 6, a daily bath can be a serious drain on your energy. This is a point that is so often overlooked, but it's incredibly important. For many of us living with chronic conditions like arthritis, heart disease, COPD, or even just the general fatigue that can come with age, the physical act of taking a bath or shower is not a simple task. It can be a major physical exertion. Think about what's involved. Standing on a slippery surface, maintaining your balance, reaching, bending, scrubbing. It's a full-body workout. For someone with painful arthritic joints, simply lifting your arms to wash your hair can be agonizing. For someone with a heart condition, the heat and humidity of a steamy bathroom can put a real strain on the cardiovascular system, sometimes leading to dizziness, shortness of breath, or profound fatigue afterwards. Studies published in respected medical journals like JAMA have documented how daily activities, including bathing, can significantly impact the energy levels and even the heart rate of older adults. This energy is a finite, precious resource. Every day you wake up with a certain amount in your tank. Do you really want to spend a huge chunk of it on a task that is not only unnecessary but potentially harmful? Imagine what else you could do with that energy. You could use it to play a game with your grandchildren. You could use it to take a walk outside on a beautiful day. You could use it to cook a nice meal, read a book, or work on a hobby you love. These are the things that bring joy and quality to your life. I often ask my patients who are struggling with fatigue to keep a simple energy diary, and so many of them are shocked to discover that their morning shower leaves them feeling wiped out for hours, often spoiling the best part of their day. One woman who suffered from fibromyalgia told me, "Dr. Stephen, I realized my daily shower was the hardest part of my day. I'd have to go lie down for an hour just to recover." By switching to bathing every 3 days and using a shower chair, she reclaimed her mornings. It was a life-changing discovery for her. The solution is to be a guardian of your own energy. Limit full baths to 1 or 2 times a week. On other days, a quick wipe down at the sink takes a fraction of the effort. And please strongly consider getting a simple plastic shower chair. It is one of the best investments you can make for your safety and energy conservation. It allows you to sit comfortably and safely, turning a draining ordeal back into a pleasant experience. Don't let an outdated habit rob you of the energy you need to enjoy your life. If you want to save your precious energy for the things that truly matter, please comment energy below. Fact number 7. You can stay perfectly fresh and clean without a daily bath. We have finally arrived at fact number 7, and this one addresses the single biggest fear that holds people back from changing their routine. The fear of body odor. It's a deeply ingrained social anxiety. Nobody wants to be the person who smells unpleasant. But I am here to reassure you with absolute confidence that you can be immaculately clean, fresh, and confident every single day without needing to submerge your entire body in water. The key is to understand that body odor doesn't come from your entire body. It's overwhelmingly generated in a few specific areas where sweat glands are most concentrated. We're talking about the underarms, the groin area, and the feet. That's really it. Therefore, the most logical and effective approach is what we call spot cleaning or a sink bath. It's incredibly simple. Each morning, you use a soft washcloth with a bit of warm water and a gentle soap. You wash your face, your underarms, and your groin area. You dry off thoroughly, apply deodorant, and put on a fresh set of clothes. The entire process takes less than 5 minutes, uses almost no energy, and completely eliminates any potential for body odor. It addresses the source of the problem directly and efficiently, without subjecting the rest of your body to the harsh stripping effects of a full bath or shower. This was the method our grandparents and great-grandparents often used, not just out of necessity, but because it was practical and it worked. It's a time-tested strategy that we've forgotten in our modern era of excess. I had a patient, a very elegant lady, who was horrified at the thought of not showering daily. She whispered, "But doctor, what will people think?" I asked her to try this simple sink bath routine for just 1 week as an experiment. When she returned, she was beaming. "You were right," she said. "It was so much easier. I feel just as fresh. My skin feels better. And my husband said he hasn't noticed any difference at all." It gave her the freedom from a chore she secretly dreaded. So, please release yourself from this fear. The ultimate action plan for smart senior hygiene is this: a full, gentle bath or shower 1 to 2 times per week, and on all the other days, a quick targeted sink bath combined with fresh clothing. This simple 2-part strategy gives you the absolute best of both worlds. It keeps your skin barrier healthy. It dramatically reduces your risk of falling. It conserves your precious energy. And it ensures you feel clean, fresh, and completely confident every single day. So, as we bring our time together to a close, I want you to think back to Frank, the 78-year-old gentleman from Ohio we met at the beginning of our talk. After our conversation, he made 2 simple changes, just 2. He switched to bathing only twice a week, and he started using a simple shower chair. The results were more profound than he ever imagined. His skin, which had been a constant itchy battle for years, finally calmed down. He found he had more energy in the mornings for his newspaper and his crossword puzzle. But the most important change is the one you can't see. The fear is gone. He no longer sees his own bathroom as a place of danger, a room he has to be nervous about entering. He took a simple piece of knowledge, the knowledge you now have, and turned it into power, the power to feel safe and comfortable in his own home. Again, my friends, taking care of ourselves in these golden years isn't about stubbornly sticking to the old rules we were taught 50 years ago. It's about having the wisdom to listen to our bodies and the courage to adapt to what they need from us today. It's about choosing safety over habit and well-being over outdated beliefs. As we wrap up, we've explored 7 critical truths that can truly transform our health and safety at home. But knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So now, I have one important question for you. What is the one commitment you are making to yourself after watching this video? It doesn't have to be a big one. It could be as simple as, I will try skipping just 1 bath this week to see how my skin feels. Or perhaps, I promise to finally order a shower chair tomorrow. It could even be, I will talk to my children about this. Please share your personal commitment in the comments below. When you write it down, it becomes real. And reading your promises will inspire others in our community to take that first brave step right alongside you. And if you found real value and a sense of comfort in our time together today, a simple like on this video lets me know that it helped. To make sure you never miss our future conversations, please hit that subscribe button. It's more than just a click. It's your way of joining a warm community of folks dedicated to navigating these years with health, dignity, and a bit of shared wisdom. Finally, think of just one person, a friend, a sibling, or a neighbor, who really needs to hear this message. Sharing this video with them is a simple act of caring that could make a world of difference in their life. Thank you for your time and your trust. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay wise. I look forward to seeing you in our next video.